Hey guys, this is a gun enthusiast. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about preparing for a home invasion, and preparing for a home invasion is having a plan, guys. Kind of been wanting to make my own video about this and kind of just show you what I do, and you know, your situation can be different because you might have smaller kids. I got older kids. My kids kind of grew up with me handling firearms, and I always teach my kids. They're older. I got 15 and 17, and I've always teach them about safety and how to handle a loaded weapon, what to do with a loaded weapon, guys. Your situation can be different from mine, guys. So you always got to be prepared. Expect the unexpected. Don't think that it won't happen to you guys. So, you know, it's just like having insurance for your car, you know, just in case you have an accident, guys. You know, we all got to have insurance because, you know, you got to be prepared. That's what it is. And same thing with the wearing a seatbelt. Why do you wear a seatbelt? Just in case you have an accident. Why do you have a spare tire, etc., guys? You know, y'all get the point. So with that being said, let me show you what I have by my bed. Alright guys, so I'm right here by my bed, and this is my plan. You know, hopefully you guys can get an idea. Maybe you guys are already doing something similar. Everyone's different, so your situation can be different from mine. You know, my kids are 15 and 17. Yours could be 5 and 4. You know, so your situation is gonna be different, guys. So what I keep by my bed, and I got this from Jarhead 6, this saying is one arm distance. This is right here by my bed where I sleep, right here at one arm distance. Okay, what I have here is my carry gun. This is a CZ75 PO1. It holds 14 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, so that's 15 rounds. I always keep that by my bed. Now, my home defense weapon that I have, and I ended up changing my light. For some reason, I was messing with it, and most of you guys know that I had my light mounted to my Bursa, but for some reason I was messing with it. It felt kind of loose. So I decided to mount my light to my Beretta PX4 Storm. This weapon is not loaded. You know, my magazine's loaded. There's no round in the chamber, guys. And this, the magazine holds 17 in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber. That gives you 18 rounds, guys. And then I have a flashlight. So that is critical for a home defense weapon. So that is the weapon that I chose to keep by my side, by my bed. And I also have by my side is my Coach gun, 12 gauge shotgun, double barrel, right there. And I do keep this loaded, and it's not loaded. What I'm using, some Winchester buckshot. This one's got 9 pellets for home defense. It's the kind of shells that I'm using for home defense. So this is what I have by my bed, guys. In a scenario that I have a home invasion, I am ready to go. And like I said, my plan could be different from yours because my kids are old enough, and they kind of grew up with me always looking at my firearms. So I've always been teaching them about firearm safety, never touch my firearms, etc., guys. So, you know, in a home invasion, guys, my kids know to run to my bedroom, and we'll barricade ourselves here in this bedroom, and, you know, ready. And I'll be ready for anybody that wants to break in at our door. You know, of course, you always got to be ready, call 911 and all that good stuff. But my kids know in a home invasion, they're gonna be they're gonna run to my room, and we'll barricade ourselves in this room, and I'll be ready to rock and roll, guys. So that is my plan. Your day plan is gonna be different, guys. So with that being said, your night plan is going to be different from your day plan. Why? Because you're not by your bed anymore. So what I do every morning, besides brushing my teeth, guys, the first thing I do is put my clothes on, and just like I put on my shoes, I put my weapon on. That's the first thing I do. So regardless if I'm going out or I'm staying in the house, my weapon on my person at all times, guys. At all times. My plan during the day is gonna be different. So I also have 2 firearms in the house that only I know where they're at. And of course my wife as well. But and my EDC gun is part of my daytime plan. So like I said, guys, I have 2 firearms in the house that me and my wife know where they're at, and that's part of my day plan. I also have 2 German Shepherds that, during the day I'm up and around. I'm always back in and out from my backyard. So basically my door is always open. So I'm not going to rely on my dogs all the time, because in a scenario that I can't get to my dogs, I've always had my EDC gun with me at all times. In a scenario, guys, that I'm up and around, I'm like I said, I'm in and out from my backyard. I have 2 German Shepherds, guys. And my dogs are vicious. My dogs are not friendly. They don't like nobody but me, my wife, and my 2 kids. My daughter and my son. Anybody else, even if they're part of the family, my dogs don't like anybody but us. So in a situation that I'm close by my door, in a home invasion during the day, I can always let my dogs out. And I know that my dogs are going to attack those people. Without a doubt, my dogs are vicious and my dogs are going to attack. And I got 2 115, 120 pound shepherds that my dogs will attack intruders that are trying to come to my house. So that's a plus for me. I'm going to have an advantage with my 2 shepherds, because I know my 2 shepherds are going to go straight and attack those intruders. So I'm not going to rely on my dogs all the time, because if I can't get to my backyard, I know I'm always ready with this gun. Plus, like as soon as I wake up, this is strapped to my hip. I usually carry it 1 o'clock, guys. So you got to have a daytime plan and you got to have a nighttime plan. Period. So I appreciate you guys watching, and like I said, guys, you gotta be prepared for a home invasion, and you gotta have a plan, guys. That's my plan. There's a lot of people out there that think that, oh, I'll just put my gun in my safe, and whenever something happens, I just go up there and open my safe real quick and get my weapon. Nah, that's a big no-no, man. You gotta have some weapons ready to go by your bed in a home invasion. At easy access, man. 1-arm distance, guys. That's what you got to do. So if you got your weapons in your safe and you think you're going to be quick enough in a home invasion to get your weapon out of your safe, nah, you got another thing coming, guys. So, I mean, I know most of you guys know that is a big no-no. You got to have your weapon right there by your bed or somewhere close by. And like I said, your situation can be different because you might have smaller children, and my kids are older. So, like I said, every situation is different. The key is to have a plan. You have to have a plan. I have a nighttime plan, and I have a daytime plan. So, guys, let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe.
Because you're hitting the joint. Right.